Welcome to our practice. We've got some back strengtheners today, which is one thing and we're going to focus on a lot in 2022. I think I might have told you that already, just to keep our backs really, really strong, and that'll all filter down into our core as well. We will start today. Let's start standing and then we'll make our way down onto the mat. Do a few little extra things in our warm up to strengthen our posterior chain. Okay, welcome to our practice. Let's find some space between our feet. Make our way into our mountain pose. Nice to see some of my friends in person. Well, not in person, online, but actually see them. You know what I mean. All right. All right. Let's start our flowing mountain. Inhale, sweeping up to the sky. Feel that stretch. Exhale, bring the hands back towards your sides. Inhale, sweeping up. Take your time. Flow through at your very own pace. Let go of your day today, your morning. Rooting down into our feet as we rise up through the crown of our head, as well as our hands. We can stretch our hands, space between our fingers. Taking the beginning of our practice to focus within and to match our movement to our breath. If we're feeling anxious, lengthening our exhale a little bit, or taking time throughout the practice to rest. One more flowing mountain. And we'll turn that into some moonflowers. We'll take our hands to our heart, step our left foot back, turn them towards the long edge of our mat. Breathe in, reach up, breathe out, bend our elbows and bend our knees. Shifting the hips back and start to check in with how your knees might be feeling today. They're feeling good. You can create a little more space between your feet. Go a little bit deeper. That music is loud. There we go. We can draw our elbows right down to our thighs, but check in, making sure our knees aren't feeling any discomfort this morning. And when you're ready, we'll turn our moonflower into some sunflowers, hinging at our hips down and then pressing into our feet, coming back up. Settle to your practice, awaken within, letting go of outside distractions this morning. Give yourself a little gift of just noticing. Awesome. One more flowing sunflower. And we'll meet in a goddess pose, some space between our knees. Opening up our shoulders. Let's check in with that back already. Bring our elbows together in the front. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back. The pelvis is strong and stable, steady. Bringing our right elbow down to our right knee and reaching our left arm up. We can look up towards the sun if that feels good. Feel the side of your body opening up towards the moon. Or the sun, whatever's up there, whatever time you're doing this. Other side, so we hinge, we can reach up. Whoa, big giant chunk of snow just fell off the window. Back to our goddess pose. We'll straighten out our legs, turn our toes towards the long edge of our mat, hinge at our hips, soften our knees, and bring our right hand down to the mat. We're going to flow here. Reach up, inhale, exhale down. Other side, inhale, exhale down. Keeping our pelvis strong, so a little bit of a twist above the belly button. You can have a block down in front of you. See how those shoulders are feeling. Amazing. We'll check in with that back again. Come halfway back up, open up, press into both of our feet. We're gazing in front of us on the mat, strengthening our backs. We'll release those hands, tick-tock our feet together. Turn our toes towards the short edge of our mat, so back up towards the top and flows through some halfway lifts. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hinging down. Again, that back drawing you up and then letting it go. Feel the muscle strength starting right down in the lower back, moving up and lifting up the chest, and then back down and letting it go. Just let go of any positions or poses today that don't bring you a feeling of joy, and improvise. One more, we'll hold it right down in our forward fold, letting our head be heavy. Let it just relax a little bit. Really stretch the back with a soft bend in our knees. And now we will bend our knees and make our way right to all fours. Take your time. If you'd like to make a little stop in child's pose, you can. Let's find some space between our fingers. With those creases of our elbows, so we see those creases, they're slightly towards the front of our mat. Feel that difference in your shoulders. Moving into our cat and our cow, exhaling, and then inhaling, moving into cow. Few of those all on your own. Breathe. Warm up your spine. Maybe you've been doing a lot of shoveling over the last couple days. The snow we had was interesting. It was really heavy snow, very solid. One more. Amazing job. We'll walk our hands out a little bit longer, or walk your knees back so we can come into some cobras. Drawing our elbows back in towards our rib cage, and cup hands if that feels okay. Inhale, lift up. So we're lifting up. Exhale, bringing it down. Thinking of the back lifting you and lowering you. So your backside can have a little bit of tension in it, but we don't want to have a whole ton of clenching. There's a little bit, but not a ton. Find that spot for yourself where you can still feel strong without creating any pain. A few more of these. And then we'll bring our hands even further back, creating a little shelf with our elbows. And we'll continue through now, lifting up and down. You can have a little bit of press with your hands this time. Check in with how you're feeling, and maybe even what side of your back is working extra hard, and try to disperse the work in your back. Don't go too far. We're still just warming up. Last one. Wonderful. We'll slide our hands forward again, lift up, and give a nice big stretch for your back by moving into child's pose. We're tucking our tail under just a little bit, and feel the lower back. Create space there. So relaxing our backside completely, relaxing our back. Breathe. Miss you guys. 3 more weeks, a couple more weeks, we'll be back in action. Let's come making our way to onto our backs to even again wake up the posterior chain. So we're going to inhale forward, shift down onto our hips, and just roll over onto our backs. Take your time. Got some bridges. All right. So once we get onto our backs, with some space between our feet, you want to put a block between your knees, you can. That'll kind of keep you in line as well. So let's lift up. We're going to do 10 flowing bridges. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, bringing the hips back down. Pressing into the feet. Feel your back strengthen. And as you widen across the chest, it's up to you what you want to do with your hands here. You can clasp them underneath you. You can have your palms up or down. But wherever you are, our head is free of weight as we flow through. Probably around 10. Now let's just do 2 more just to make sure. Notice if both feet are pressing down equally and make adjustments. We'll hold up now for 10 pulses. Pressing into both of the feet. Our quads working, our glutes working, our hamstrings working. 4, 3, 2, and we'll hold this up for 10 breaths. Of course, if it doesn't feel nice and it takes your breath away, we can allow our back to go down onto the mat. Feel the strength of your body. Breathe. About halfway there, really lighting up our backside and our back today before we even get started. Let's slowly lower, draw both of our knees into our chest. Take a nice, well-deserved rock side to side. Amazing. Fingertips will come to our temples and we'll turn this into some bicycles. We can keep our toes down on the mat and our shoulder blades, or you can go right into those full bicycles, elbows wide. So if you're taking care of the back, some toe taps are great. If you're taking care of your neck, just leave your head on the mat. And again, if you wanted to, you could do just your hands. And if you want to go with a full expression or somewhere around there, whatever that might mean, we keep our shoulder blades both up off the mat. We've got a long reach with our legs. Good morning, core. Last one. We'll give a nice stretch with another bridge pose, lifting up, stretching our bellies, shining our hearts up towards the ceiling. And slowly lower. All right, let's make our way back over to all fours. Take your time. And we can move to child's pose or go right up into downward dog now. So if we move into down dog, we've got space between our feet. Let's start by pedaling the heels out whilst we press the earth away and feel that same sensation in our shoulders, making sure they're safe. Amazing. All right, let's flow. Inhale into a full or a kneeling plank. Go halfway or all the way down, whatever works for you, opening up into Cobra or your up dog, either back to your belly or right back to downward facing dog, maybe child's pose. And again, move with your breath. Inhale forward, see how that feels. Flow halfway or all the way down. Up dog or Cobra. Engage the core and reach the hips back to downward dog. So you've got 2 or 3 more of those. You'll take a little, or you could take a little coffee break like myself. Tea break. Back to downward dog. Take your time getting there. Let's look up between the hands and we'll be bringing the right foot up to the inside of that right hand. Left hand will stay down for today, and let's move into a twisted lunge. Inhale. Wonderful. We'll frame the foot again and step back to downward dog to bring the opposite foot up. Inhale into a twisted lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we can hop, step, or jump our feet up between the hands. Halfway lift on a breath in. Fold again. Great job. Chair pose, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to the sky. Exhale to mountain. Amazing. There's our warm up done. Before we hit our sun salutations, let's bring our hands back behind us, stretch up across the chest, find some space there. Or you could hold onto your elbows or move into your reverse prayer. If you were a shoveling queen like I was the last couple of days, your triceps are probably feeling super strong. And in that case, let's bring that right elbow up and draw it back to try to touch between our shoulder blades. You can add a little bit of pressure if you want to. See how that feels for your arm. Maybe I'm doing something wrong when I shovel, but those triceps certainly feel it. That left elbow will reach up towards the sky. The hand is reaching for the center of the shoulder blades. And we can add a little bit of a pull or push with our hand. Wonderful, and release. All right, roll those shoulders back and down. What we're gonna do for our sun salutations is add on our twist today. So when we step back to our lunge, we're gonna add on a little twist, so it'll take a couple extra breaths to complete. Right up to the tops of your mats. Find yourself nice and strong. Let's breathe in and sweep up. Great job. Exhale, dive into your fold. Halfway lift, strong, strong back. Fold again, breathe out. Bending our knees, left foot back, left hand stays down, right arm sweeps up into a lunge, a twisted lunge. And on the exhale, we go to downward dog or child's pose, where we can hold or flow. Inhale forward, halfway or all the way down, up dog or cobra. Think of the back, either to your belly or back to downward facing dog. Looking up between the hands. This time the left foot will come up between the hands, the right hand will stay down and we'll reach up into a twisting lunge and then push to forward fold on your breath out. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. We're going to inhale to chair, bend our knees. Exhale, fold again, straighten them out. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale to a strong, strong mountain pose. Engage the quads, engage the calves, engage the core, stretch across the chest. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Left foot back, left hand down, sweep up with the right. Breathe out to downward facing dog. Holding or flowing forward, down, up dog, strong back, down dog. Again, looking up between the hands. This time the left foot comes up, right hand stays down. Breathe in, twisting lunge. Breathe out, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Sweep all the way up, breathe in. Exhale to chair. Back up, we breathe in. Maybe those thumbs touch and we meet in that strong and stable rooted down mountain again. Let's flow, or just do it on your own if you feel better that way. Back up, dive and fold. Halfway up, fold again. Left foot back, left hand goes down, reach into your twisted lunge, strong back quadricep. Breathe out to downward dog. Holding or flowing. Choose your version that suits your body in this particular moment. Meeting back, left foot between the hands, right hand down, rise to twist, fold to breathe out, halfway lift, breathe in, fold again, sweep to sky, root down, rise up, exhale to a strong chair, choose your arms, and inhale, sweep up. Exhale to our mountain. We've got a couple more. You can go on your own or stay with me. Reach up, dive and stretch the back of your legs. Halfway lift, fold again. Bending our knees, left foot back, left hand down, twist. Back to downward dog, holding or flowing. You can stay here again or just flow through your half series. Up dog or cobra. Then we meet it back in downward dog. This time that left foot will come up between the hands. Right hand stays down and you find your big lunge with the twist. Exhaling, folding. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Inhale, sweep up, root to the feet. Exhale to chair. Back up we go. And to mountain. So let's do just one more, friends. Back up, inhale. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Left foot back, left hand down, twisting. Downward dog. Holding here or flowing. I'm going to hold a plank today where you can flow through. Take your time. You'll meet back in downward dog. Left foot comes up, right hand stays down, reach up into your lunge, pressing into your foot. Forward fold, halfway lift, fold again. Inhale, sweep. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. Awesome job. Make yourself comfortable again. If you need to adjust, grab a drink of water. And we'll be moving into our warrior one. Right foot coming to the top of our mat and the left foot lunging back. Left heel goes down, and our hips stay slightly forward. And we can lift up into our warrior one. We check in with those feet, with your knees as we press into both of our feet. And if it feels okay, you could bring your hands back behind you. Today we'll hold here, opening the heart first. But one way to focus on strengthening the back is to release the hold and use your back to keep your arms back there. Still anchored to the earth. Reminding ourselves that the shapes that we make with our bodies, they're not meant to be perfected. They're meant to be explored. We'll clasp our hands together now if they aren't, and go into humble warrior. Exhale. Still pressing into our feet. You can bow your head if that feels good, or keep your head with the gaze in front of the front foot. Exploring the sensations in our bodies. Letting go of perfection and focusing on wholeness. We'll rise back up to our warrior one. Take our back foot in a little bit. Straighten out our front leg. Bring our hands to our hips or hold our hands back behind us and hinge down into an intense side stretch. You could go right into a full pyramid if you wanted your toes both facing the front of your mat, but you don't have to. Breathe. Oh, I can't see a great thing there. Now, if your right foot is forward, you'll be bringing your left hand to the outside of your right foot or block and reaching the opposite arm up or tucking it back behind you for a revolved pose. Kind of a mix between triangle and pyramid. Untwist. Frame our front foot, lift that back heel and step back to downward facing dog, where we can choose to rest now in child's pose or take your flow or your vinyasa of your choice into a fuller kneeling plank. Halfway or all the way down, up dog or cobra. Take your time. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Looking up between the hands, we're going to be doing and holding our twisted lunge now. Right foot comes forward and we'll rise up into our high lunge. We can bring our hands to our heart, or you could keep your arms open. As we bring our elbow across to our knee or our left hand down to the mat for our twisted lunge, where we will hold now for about 10 breaths. Choose what feels right for you. That back leg is nice and strong. We're continuing to lengthen through our neck and let go again of perfection. Focus more on wholeness and overall feeling of wellness. Amazing. Untwist, switch sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. Rise up, where we can choose to hold that lunge or add our twist. here or hands down. Always lengthening. You could have your gaze up at your top hand if you want to. And let's push to forward fold. Exhale, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold again. Sweep all the way up, breathe in. Exhale to chair, where we'll hold our chair pose now, rolling those shoulders back. We check in with the core. It's engaged. We sink as far as our body will allow without feeling any pain or major resistance. Wonderful. I'm going to do that warrior sequence on the other side. So this time, most likely your right foot going back, heel going down. And we move into our warrior one, which would have been the opposite leg of last time. Breathe. Sink into your legs. Notice how you're doing. Clasping our hands behind us or just holding the strength and the tension in our shoulder blades while our core continues to be nice and strong. Now we can clasp our hands, and if it feels nice for your practice, we'll bow down into humble warrior, or you could release those hands to the mat. The belly button is drawing in towards the spine. The back is long. We'll release the hands down to the mat, draw our back foot in just a little bit if you want to, and straighten out the front leg. This is where we can hold again, or bring our hands back behind us, holding on to, or just reaching towards our elbows. So you should feel that down the back of your front leg. And if you're ready to explore some more, we'll be bringing the left hand down to the mat, or whichever hand you don't. So if your left foot's forward, sorry, your right foot will go down to the opposite side of that foot. So you're bringing it right over to the outside and then reaching up the other arm. You don't have to reach. You could always just take your hand onto your lower back. Just open up fully. Trust the process of listening to your body. Let's find some joy in just being here in our bodies today. Now we'll bring those hands to frame the front foot. You'll lift your back heel, push back to downward facing dog, where we can hold again or flow through our vinyasa 2 times. Inhale forward, halfway or all the way to your belly, up dog or cobra, belly or downward dog, where you can hold or flow 1 more time. Great job, ladies. Awesome. Meet me back in downward dog. Great job. Looking up between the hands. Wonderful. Let's step to forward fold or jump to forward fold. So we've got our big toe hold a little different. We're going to start it in our fold and grab our left big toe with our peace fingers of our left hand. And just try now to lift that foot up off the mat. So just draw the leg a little deeper up into the hip and then place it back down. Draw it up and down. All right, let's keep it up and bring it forward. There we go. So you're either there or just holding onto the back of your leg. And then opening up into our big toe hold today, or holding onto your knee, from the inside or the outside. Breathe. Let's bend that knee, draw it all the way across. Either hold the knee with the other hand or grab your toe again. Oh, that's not accessible for me, so bring it across. That feels okay or not. You can look down your hand. That supporting leg getting really strong. And then we'll release that foot back down. Big breath up, inhale. Exhale back to your forward fold. This time grabbing a hold of the opposite foot. So right big toe, right piece fingers. We'll start by lifting up the foot just off the mat and down. Trying to keep it straight with a little micro bend. And then we will lift it up and hold and bring it forward. Rising up, we can open up our other hand or move into our big toe hold on the other side. Or grab a hold of your knee and enjoy the stretch for your inner thigh here. If that feels not good, throw out what doesn't feel good, right out this big old window. And we'll bring that knee around all the way to the other side, where you could again choose to grab your big toe or your foot with the opposite hand, or just hold on to the knee and look down this arm. Amazing. Let's release. Big, beautiful breath up. Inhale. Exhale, dive into your fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Hop, step, or jump back to downward facing dog again. Holding our downward dog. Going around the world here. Let's bring our right hand and place it on our back. Engage the core. Breathe. Strengthening our opposite arm. Staying steady. Switching sides, opposite hand, placing it on our back. Then we'll bring our hands back to downward dog, lift our right foot up, three-legged dog, keeping our hips squared to the mat, pressing both of our hands away while that right heel is reaching for the ceiling, or where the ceiling meets the wall back behind you. Switching sides. Three-legged dog on the other side. I keep kicking this little tree. Breathe. Pressing the earth away, reaching that heel up. All right, amazing job. Let's bring the knees down to all fours. We can use our fists for wrists here if you're taking care of your wrists at this point. Moving into puppy pose. If you do have blocks around or a pillow or something that can be helpful for your puppy pose. Keep our hips on top of our knees and walk our hands forward. Draw the shoulder blades together as the head goes towards the mat. So I think I'm a little bit sunk back with my hips. Check in with how you're doing and make some adjustments to get the form that you're looking for. You can bring your hands together if they'll come together, depending on how your triceps feel, as you draw your chest towards the mat. This is really nice for posture. settle to the breath. When you're ready, we'll come forward and bring our bellies to the earth again. Okay. So if you're taking care of your back, you're going to want to put a block underneath your chest. If you're okay where you are, you be where you are. Let's bring our left hand in front of us and start to reach back for our back foot. So breathe and reach. Strengthening our back as well as our hamstring right now. And if it feels okay for you, you'll either reach back for your foot or your ankle and stretch your wrist by the foot pulling away while your hand is holding on, stretching our wrist. If it feels nice, you could work towards lifting up your kneecap off the mat. Breathe. Not only stretching our chest here, but strengthening our back. Switching sides. Bring that hand around in front of you to support you, or place a block underneath you to support you even more. Listen to your back. Nobody likes and now we back. Let's reach it back and forward. So your thumbs facing up when you're reaching forward, and then maybe it turns towards the floor as you go back to open up the shoulder. When it feels nice for you, you can reach back for that foot or our ankle. Feel that stretch as we lift up our hearts, strengthen our back. Awesome sauce. All right, let's release, take a little rest. Let your back rest for a moment or two. Maybe a diamond shape underneath your forehead. And take a moment to picture the earth beneath your body. Let the back muscles rest. So if full bow is part of your practice and you're used to that pose, you could bring both of your feet up, reach both of your hands back, and lift up into full bow. If it's not part of your practice, or maybe it doesn't feel right at this moment, you could stay with me, just lifting your knees or lifting your shins up off the mat, reaching your hands back behind you like you're holding onto a ball, or even you could take a block back behind you, hold on to it, and reach it back for your heels. So not having to pull ourselves up, but using our strength to hold us here, or doing your full bow. Incredible. Let's bring that block out. Hands come under our shoulders. Feel that core strength come in to support your spine as we lift up and shift it back to child's pose, where we'll stay a little longer than normal, about 10 breaths. Let your back relax. Your hands can be forward, or they could be reaching back towards your heels. All right, looking up at our hands, we'll be bringing our left knee to the back of our left wrist. So into our pigeon pose today, that knee is coming out. on an angle. You could have a block underneath your backside or a pillow, but you've got your back kneecap on the mat as well as the top of your foot. So restorative pigeon coming down or staying with me, we'll bring one or both of our hands in front of us and we can start to reach back. We'll just switch side to side. See how that feels. If it doesn't feel good for your knee, you could put a little pillow underneath your knee or a towel. That's all for today. If you want to do king pigeon, well, that's not all whole practice. That's all for pigeon for me. But if you want to do king pigeon, you'll reach one of your hands back for your foot and the opposite hand will reach up. Or you can stay with me, just strengthening that hamstring, holding here. 5, maybe 10 breaths in your pigeon pose or your king pigeon. Great job. And let's take the foot down. Tuck those back toes onto the mat, engage that quadricep, engage the core, push back to downward dog and sweep the opposite knee through, where we can choose again a little more restorative by bringing even, it can feel nice to keep your back kind of in line if you put a block underneath your chest and a block underneath your forehead for a pigeon pose. So it's not always about, or you can be doing that reach back with your hands if you want to. So it's not always about bringing your chest down towards the mat in a restorative pigeon. You could stay here where it lets your chest open a little bit more. If you are doing your reach back with your feet, one or the other, now you can pick a foot, not pick a foot, pick a hand to hold on to and reach the opposite hand up. Or stay in your restorative pigeon a slight bit longer. Wherever we are, we can breathe. Maybe there's some resistance, but we can breathe freely. Can release your foot if it's up there. We'll place our hands back onto the mat and tuck our back toes on. Let's go back to downward dog. Breathe. Wonderful. So one thing I wanted to work on today is walking our feet up to the back of our wrists. Basically, it's hard to see with this shirt on. Backs of our wrists. You might have blocks underneath your hands too. And then lifting one toe. So right now it's touching the back of my wrist. And then I want to bring it up just a little bit up and touch above my watch. So use your strong core to lift that foot and touch your toe just up a little bit. You'll feel it in your back, lots of spots, and then do the other side. So we'll maybe do 5 lifts on each side. Whew, that is tough. When you're ready, my friends, it's time for our cool down. Let's make our way to a forward fold. So basically the same position we're in, only our backside is down on the mat and our feet will be forward. So take your time, get into your pose. Let's take a breath in. Feel our lungs expand and hinge forward into a nice relaxing forward fold where we could use a block. That feels nice for our head to feel supported. Long and strong backs. Hinging at our hips. Letting go of perfection today, focusing more on a feeling of wholeness, overall feeling of goodness. Nice, wonderful stretch. Take your time, maybe deepening it a little bit with a big exhalation. You settle your belly towards your thighs, reaching your heart forward. And we'll walk those hands all the way back up. Take that block out. If you want to use it for a restorative bridge, you can. That's where we're going next. So take your time to go back down onto your backs. We'll take a small rock side to side, massaging our spines. Pretty vigorous practice today. It's spent standing. There's a few poses before our relaxation. If there's something else you wanted to add in, you've got a few minutes to do that if there's something you're working on safely. Otherwise, we'll move into that bridge, just like we did at the beginning of practice. You can hold it or take a block, one or two underneath your lower back. So be able to feel the support or pressing down into both of our feet. If you're holding your bridge without your block, or even if you do have a block, we can work towards lifting one foot up towards the sky. See how that feels for your foot. Maybe some rotations. One way and then the other. And then switching feet. You've got a good anchoring down, lifting the other foot up. Maybe you've got a block like me today to support your back. Good job, ladies, friends. So bring that down. If you're using your block, you'll take it out now. Slowly lower and notice one vertebrae at a time coming down onto the mat. Let's draw our right knee up, extend our left leg, and move into a twist on one side. So drawing that knee across. If it feels good, bringing a block underneath the knee. And then anchoring the shoulder blades down into the mat. So we've got our pelvis, that left hip facing up to the sky, the right hip into the earth. So it's nice and level. And then the shoulder blades melt back. Great job. So if you're ready, we'll move to the other side. So extending that opposite leg, adjusting anything that needs to be adjusted. We draw the knee in and over until we can go all the way over onto that hip. So you might need to use your foot to lift you up so that you can make your way onto your hip, and then either put a block underneath your knee or not. And go into our twist. Something doesn't feel right, pull back, try again, or find a more restful position. So you are there for a few more breaths before we settle in for our Shavasana, if you're staying for Shavasana. If not, no big deal. Make sure you get it into your day somehow. When you're ready from your twist, we'll draw those feet or those knees back into our hearts. Taking one more rock side to side, massaging your lower back. Feel the earth beneath your spine. And then we'll settle into a Shavasana today. Reclining butterfly is nice for this, or any Shavasana of your choice. If you want to get comfortable, grab a pillow, a sweater, socks, anything at all to feel good. Finding a comfortable position. You could even be sitting in a chair. Placing your hands by your sides with the palms up, feeling open. Close your eyes if you wish. Feeling the heaviness of our eyelids. Beginning to become aware of your breathing. focus on slowing down the rhythm of your breathing. Your chest and abdomen will expand outward with each breath, like a balloon gently filling with air. Imagine your rib cage moving out to the sides when you inhale and gently inward as you exhale. Slowly take a deep breath in. Pause for a moment and then exhale slowly. Let the tension melt away as you relax more deeply with each breath. Continue breathing slowly and gently. Turning your attention to the top of your head, a feeling of healing, of relaxation. Feel this relaxation beginning at the scalp and spreading slowly downward. Forehead, even your ears becoming relaxed and heavy. Feel your eyebrows resting gently downward. Allow your temples to relax. Let your jaw relax by allowing your mouth to be slightly open. Some space between our teeth. Feel your throat relaxing now as this feeling moves downward. Enjoy the feeling of our neck relaxing, the top of our neck and slowly flowing downward. Feel the relaxation spreading across your collarbones, the fronts of your shoulders, the backs of your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Let your shoulders gently sink downward as they become relaxed and heavy, deeper and deeper. Allow all the muscles in your shoulders to feel smooth and relaxed. Notice your breathing once again. See how regular it has become. Continue to take slow, smooth, and deep breaths. Breathe in the feeling of relaxation and then breathe out tension. Your breathing allows you to become more relaxed. Turning our attention to our right arm. Feel the relaxation flowing down from your right shoulder. Allow your upper arm to relax. Your elbow, your lower arm, and your wrist become loose and relaxed. Notice the breath again. Enjoy the feeling of relaxation as the muscles of the right arm give up their hold. Feel the relaxation flowing into your hands. Let all of the tension drain out each fingertip and flow away. The relaxation spreads even to your thumb. Bringing our awareness to the breath again. And then the left arm. Let the muscles of the left upper arm relax. Relax your elbow, your lower arm, and your wrist. Feel the relaxation flowing down your left arm. Enjoy the feeling. Let the tension melt away. Imagine the tension flowing right out your fingertips. Relax your thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Both of your arms are now totally relaxed and allow them to be free, pleasantly free of tension. Enjoy the feeling you're experiencing and let it start to flow again, spreading easily down your body. Continuing to your chest and stomach. Feel the relaxation there. Notice the breath. Moving into our upper back. Flowing down your spine, lighting up your vertebrae with relaxation. Let all the muscles give up their hold. Relax your upper back, middle, and lower back. Allow your back to relax completely. Feel the relaxation in your whole back. Notice the breath again. Start to notice the hips relaxing. All the way from our backside, down the back of our legs. Flowing into the front of our thighs. And moving down into our knees. Your calves and shins. Your ankles and your feet. Allow all the muscles to relax and go limp. Allow any last bits of tension this morning to flow right out of the soles of your feet. Feel the relaxation flowing through your body from the top of your head down to the bottoms of your feet, becoming more and more relaxed with each breath. Enjoy this feeling. Notice your breathing, your relaxed muscles, your calm thoughts. Memorize this feeling so you can recreate this relaxed state whenever you wish. Enjoy relaxing for a few more breaths. When you are ready to return to your day, reawakening our bodies slowly, gently move your muscles. Lean our head slightly to the left and to the right. Opening up our hands, wiggling our fingers and toes. When it feels good for you, gently, slowly opening your eyes, noticing the light of the room that you're in again. You can make your way up to an easy seat if that feels nice for you. Hopefully this morning, feeling open, trusting the process, and just finding joy in being in our bodies today, together in community. Big breath up, inhale. Let's exhale, draw our hands to our heart. A few more times, feel that energy, grab it with your hands, bring it to your heart. One last time. If it feels nice for you to bow, namaste. enjoy the rest of your Wednesday morning, my friends, or stay tuned for another class at 10:45.